This is part two of the rocket animation where we're going to draw the rocket. So I want you to open your flame animation and we'll start with the rocket. Now normally we've met the circle and the ellipse tool, we've met the square tool which are on the toolbar up here, but the one we haven't played with is the polygon tool. Now I'm going to click on the polygon tool and see what it's capable of. I've got a colour blue selected already. You can change the colour in here as well. If you go down the bottom though, it says tool options. We could choose star or polygon. I'm going to change that to 3, so I'll make a 3-sided polygon, which is a triangle, as you are probably aware. I'll make it up there somewhere. I'll drag it around a little bit. I'll click on Q, so I've got the two sides, the one side flat on the bottom. Go back to my selection tool, which is V, and I'm going to change the height of the triangle, and I'm also going to change the bottom parts of the triangle. I want those to be even though, so I'm going to go to View Rulers, and I'm going to put a ruler on the page. If I click on the ruler and drag down, it puts a ruler on the page, and then I can even out the bottom of my triangle along the lines of the ruler. Now, it doesn't have to be exact, it's just a pretty good guide. Also points out the top is a little bit off there. Yep, that's good. I'll get my rounded section and I'll drag that up. Notice when I go towards the top, it goes a bit higher and a bit thicker at the top. So you can move it around. It's doing Bezier curves. I want to move the bottom and make a bit of a round bit there, but the ruler's in the way. So I'll drag my ruler out of the way. I don't really need it now. Go back and round off the base of the rocket. Looking pretty good. There's the body of my rocket. Now I'm going to make the bezel, which is a little part of the rocket at the bottom. And I could make it grey, and that would look quite good. But I want to be a little bit different here, and I think I might try going through my gradients and use maybe a linear gradient and see what I can do there. I'll change my red to a dark grey, and I might put a dark grey at the other end as well. Now in the middle, if I click with a button, it adds a middle point. And I'm going to make that a light grey, and you can see you get this metallic appearance. You can have a couple of those actually, it looks pretty cool. Now I'm going to go to my rectangle tool, and you can see that the grey gradient there is already made. I'll just draw a quick rectangle. Go back to my selection tool with V. Let's pull those sides in a little bit on that, and I'll make the bottom part a bit rounded. And yeah, that looks not bad. Yeah, I want that to sit behind the rocket, but we can fiddle around with that in a minute. I'll make my rocket body a symbol, so I'll go insert a symbol. I'll call that rocket body or something like that and go OK. You'll notice I do this a lot. I break the components up into symbols so I can reuse them. I'm going to call this bezel. I think it's called a bezel. Anyway, I'm not totally sure. Go OK and put that behind that. Do a right click on it. Go to arrange, I think somewhere here. Yep, and send to back. And there's my bezel. I can double click on that if I'm not happy with it. Go in, I'm in my symbol editing mode now, and I can change the symbol's roundness at the bottom just to fix it up if I'm not totally happy. Yeah, you just work with it and go back to the actual scene. There's my rocket and the bits. The next thing I'm going to do is a window, and I'm going to make that again, I'll use a radial gradient this time, and you can see that that's turned up in the middle of my swatch. I'll make a dark blue edge, I think. I'm just playing around here really. If I am going to make a window though, I want to make sure that the edge is a little bit thick. So when I click on my circle tool, I can go to its properties and make the edge a bit thicker. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I can make it bigger or smaller. Yep, happy with that. Select it and turn it into a symbol. Might call it something really smart like a window. And there's my window for my rocket. Lovely. I could put a couple of windows in that rocket if I wanted, which I might do later on, or I might even do that now actually. No, do it later. I'll make a fin now, and I've gone to my polygon tool, and I've still got that edge there selected, so I'll get rid of the color there, make another triangle with my polygon tool, go to my selection tool again. This time I'm going to change the shape so I can get a fin-like shape. I might muck around with this a little bit until I'm happy with it. And pull that down a little bit there. Maybe a bit more on that one. And drag that out a little bit and push that inside there, something like that. Pull that up a little bit. You can see that, you know, it's really up to you how it appears. It's totally a matter of taste. I'm fiddling around here, but you know, once I'm sort of happy with how it looks, I'll put it onto my rocket. I've possibly curved that a bit too much, but that's all right. So then I can put that onto my rocket. Yep. The first thing I will do is I'll make it a symbol again. So I'll call it fin. When I click on my make a symbol, call it fin. Go OK and put it there. Now I want a couple of fins, so I'm going to duplicate it with Command D, and then I will flip that around, go to Modify, Flip horizontally, and this I will send it to the back. So I'll go Modify, do a right click, Arrange, Send backwards, sends it behind the rocket, then Q, which is my transform tool. I'll make it a little narrower. If it goes around the back, it's going to be narrower, and just put it around a bit further. I'll make another one of these, click on that, click on Command D for duplicate, flop it over there, right click and modify, same place. I'll flip horizontal and I'll put it over here. I might make this a bit wider, so whilst I'm in my Q transforming thing, I'll click on that, take it over there. Yeah, with a bit of, you know, moving around, eventually you get it to the position you want. And that could be good enough, I think. The next thing I'm going to do is I might put another window in there. Command D to duplicate the window. And if I go Command A or just highlight them all and go Modify, and we'll turn this into a symbol, and I'll call it rocket ship or rocket, something like that. And you can see that there's my symbol there. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the flames, which I've made before. I'll turn those flames around, so I'll go to transform, I'll flip those vertically this time, and Q to resize them. And I need to send that to the back as well. So once I'm happy with that, where they are, I'll do a right click on those. I could rotate those a little bit too. Again, totally up to you how you do this. I've lost a range here. Send to back. and there's my flames. Now I'm going to highlight the whole lot again, and I'm going to make that a symbol, and I'm going to call that rocket with flames, so that I can use my rocket just sitting there as a launching thing, or once it's launched, I can use my rocket with the flames. Might make that a bit smaller, turn it around, pop it in the middle there. Let's see what happens when I Command Enter or play, and there's my rocket, flames and all. In the next video, we'll transport our rocket, we will launch it. So save your rocket ships, and we'll resume the next one after this.